if a brand is putting out a Monday motivational thing and I'm someone on a Monday who's looking for some motivation, I'm probably going to follow that account because that brand is able to offer me value through their Monday motivations. Look, it's much more intricate than that because I think the way that you present it is also important. But I think when it comes to brand content, you can tell which brand managers out there are doing it to sell the product and which brand managers out there understand that they actually need to offer value to people.
There is also just these mechanics and these formulas that one could use to try and help a brand new brand grow up. And I don't know if you guys view it the same, but I saw over some time that your Monday motivations, you know what I mean? That was kind of like cloud chasing because you know that everybody messes with a Monday motivation. So so you'd see that like every Monday, 8 brands post something motivational, do you know what I mean? Or Friday facts, or and I'd be like, so, and I've noticed that that's also the situation. So I know, Rocky, you mentioned that you're a social media manager, but how do you, or even you, Josh, how do you guys go about like making sure that the content isn't generic, isn't also just based on pure reach? Like, Monday motivation is going to get a lot of hits. Friday facts is going to get a lot of hits. Like, how do you guys also stay away from cloud chasing in that regard, not alone from just your personals, but from helping other brands as well?
Look, I think for me, I always talk about this concept of offering value, right? And I think as long as you're offering something of value to people, then your content or whatever you're putting out there is going to actually achieve whatever purpose you're looking to achieve. But you need to be like thinking about what is this doing for someone, right? So I think with brands, it becomes a lot more difficult because I think when you have a social media profile that is like a logo, for example, like it's very difficult to relate to that as a human being. It's much easier to relate to another person than what it is to relate to like another KFC brand, or like, I don't know, whatever brand, right? So I think when it comes to brand content, you're already on a back foot in that sense, where people know that you're putting this out because you want to sell your chicken or you want to sell your soap or whatever it may be, right? So you're already on a back footing. So now you need to be able to like kind of get around that back footing by offering value to what you're doing. So for me, if a brand is putting out a Monday motivational thing and I'm someone on a Monday who's looking for some motivation, I'm probably going to follow that account because that brand is able to offer me value through their Monday motivations. Look, it's much more intricate than that because I think the way that you present it is also important. But I think when it comes to brand content, you can tell which brand managers out there are doing it to sell the product and which brand managers out there understand that they actually need to offer value to people. Because a lot of brands, they just put out like buy our stuff or like brand stuff, like, and that doesn't offer value to anyone, but that brand isn't going to achieve any sort of success because they're not offering value through their content. So I don't know, that's my take,
Nah, 100%. Like it comes down basically to, are you putting yourself in your content? I mean, this also applies to brands, because each brand is meant to have a voice, each brand is meant to have a personality and whatever. And that needs to, at the end of the day, show in that content. So like, just to touch again on the people that just hop on trends and stuff like that. Like I've mentioned before, that I do not believe TikTokers in particular have a lot of longevity in terms of their personal brands, unless they do something to supplement their TikTok. Like, I don't know, like they hop on YouTube or Twitch or anything else. But if you're just on TikTok and you're hopping on trends, no one cares about you. They'll see your video once, they'll be just part of the million that view it, and they'll never care about you again. But the ones that hop on trends and they're able to build a community from there because they show their personality and they build a brand from it, that's where I feel the line is drawn between hopping on a trend and cloud chasing, between actually using that trend for your benefit, but not for malicious purposes such as cloud chasing, if that makes sense.
Yo, we got a question here from Alexandra, or not a question, but more of a statement. I think it's about finding a balance, finding those trends and making them on your own, and making them your own, to stay true to yourself and your content. Yeah, I think that's what I think is how people achieve success through trends, is by not just like following the trend, but translating it into something that's your own, right? And I think that's kind of what Alexandro is mentioning now. It's like taking that trend and adding onto it in your own unique way, right? And I think if you're able to do that, and I would say this is probably something that Nando's does really well, right? Because like we know with this whole Will Smith thing, everyone's putting out that slap picture and making a meme out of it, right? But I know if Nando's is going to drop something on that Will Smith thing, it's going to be different to everyone else's. There's going to be some other kind of spice behind that one. So I think it's just about taking the trend and making it your own. And I think that also kind of ties into what I was saying about Uzzy and why I liked her content and why I think she's done so well. She's done that really well. So I don't know, Sam, do you feel like we've answered your question, bro?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was well said, especially with the whole establishing between a trend and I would say a standard routine in terms of social media. So I get that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, value. People don't understand the value aspect here. A lot of people put out content for the sake of putting out content, and it's like you're actually wasting your time. Like I'd rather you not put anything out, because now you're just adding to the heap of crap that's online. You know? So rather focus your effort somewhere else.